Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite YouTuber, coach, and course creator. Today we're going to be talking about how to stop thinking about your SP, or being in pain when thinking about your SP, or stopping the obsessive thoughts when it feels like your thoughts are actually thinking you. I have definitely been there before, especially when you have to see the person every single day, but not necessarily. That was just my experience. I am going to tell you exactly how I got over that. Like, this works like a charm. Let's get into the video. But before we do, you are more than welcome to subscribe. On this channel, I talk about all things law of assumption. So if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you here. You are also more than welcome to enroll in my Manifest Your SP course or my Perfect Self-Concept course. Those two can be enrolled in down below in the description box, or you can go on ritakaminski.com/courses. And if you would like to book one-on-one coaching with me, where I guide you through your own personal situation, all of that is on ritakaminski.com as well, and in the description box down below. Or if you would like to join collective coaching, you can just click the join button down below, or join through Patreon. Again, those links are in the description box down below, because Patreon you can join because YouTube members only isn't accessible to some people. So I just made it an option for you to join through Patreon because I had a lot of people begging me to do that. So, okay, let's get into it. These two things are techniques, but they should really be a way of life. Robotic affirming and following your happiness. I will start with robotic affirming. So whenever you feel that wave of thinking of this person and it feels like the thought is thinking you and you want to stop it, or you just want your manifestation to come, you don't want to struggle anymore, you don't want to be in pain anymore, picking 1 to 2 affirmations. 1 to 2 affirmations is the best. I tell my clients this, my one-on-one clients this, all the time. Y'all constantly want another answer to affirmations. Like, you don't think that the affirmations are enough because you don't think that you and your capabilities are enough. So you continue to ask me for more affirmations or another manifesting routine because you think that something else will work better, but it again is never the technique. It's about you. So just know that consistency trumps the technique. Just pick one. And if you're asking me and you clicked on this video, if you are consistently obsessively thinking about this SP, we want to be just being very, very specific in our affirmations and consistently looping them in our mind. So we're replacing them. We are not fighting our thoughts, but we are simply replacing them and replacing them over and over and over again, because we want to change the energy of flipping thoughts, because I feel like flipping thoughts has become a little bit demonized. And I have talked about this in the past, but this is the thing. If you're flipping thoughts from an energy of, I need to stop thinking about this, of course it's going to backlash, you're going to crash out. We don't want you to crash out. Instead of flipping the thoughts in an energy, I say this on my members only all the time, it's not about the action that you do, it's the energy behind the action. So when you come from a powerful place instead, where you're like, no, actually, my SP can't stop thinking about me. You know what? Let's backtrack the my SP can't stop thinking about me, because he can be thinking about you but not do anything. So let's say I'm in a committed relationship with my SP. My SP doesn't care about anyone else but me. No matter what my SP is doing or who they are with, they are obsessing over me, right? Those three are pretty much my favorite SP affirmations of all time. Let's say that you've picked those three. When you are thinking of that person and how great they are, or how much you miss them, or how much they hurt you, you want to just do some light patchwork. We're gonna pick up a robotic affirmation and we're gonna stick it on top of that thought. So we're gonna say, no, my SP is obsessed with me. And it might not feel good at the start. It might feel like you're making yourself, but what will start to happen is you will begin to develop this amazing thing called a positive feedback loop, in which every time you think about this person and you affirm for it, it will become a natural automatic thing, and you will start reframing your thoughts about them, not because you're making yourself, but because that is just the nature of repetition. You will start believing in what you are saying in replacement, and actually you're gonna want to have those obsessive thoughts, because those obsessive thoughts will be an alarm clock for you to just affirm, and that's it. So we want to spin this in a positive way. Oh, this is so great that I'm obsessing over this person and I literally just can't get him out of my mind. So let me use that and actually affirm instead. My SP is obsessed with me. My SP is obsessed with me. My SP is obsessed with me. Use it like an exercise. Use it as an alarm clock. When you wake up in the morning, we all have these mental notes in our mind. Don't eat unhealthy things because we want to lose weight, Patricia. And the second that you wake up, Patricia, you must brush your teeth. So we're adding a new thing on there, and we're saying, Patricia, every time you think of this man, we're actually going to be picking from those 3 affirmations. This is another tip, especially when you are obsessively thinking and it feels like I don't want to say a download, because a download is from your higher self, but it's something that it doesn't feel like you're creating it. It feels like that energy is literally coming into your mind itself, like you can't even block it. We want to spin that into a positive, and we want to find affirmations that are natural for you to think. So we don't want something that you wouldn't really think in the first place. So if it's kind of hard for you to muster out, no matter what he's doing, who he's with, he's obsessing over me, it may be hard for you to swap out your obsessive thoughts with something that's long or not natural to you. So really think about it. How would you say, he's obsessed with me, he can't stop thinking about me? Like, if it was to happen, what would be the first automatic thing that you would say to your friend or to someone that you really trust? Oh my God, he's with me. Like, even, oh my God, he's with me. Oh my God, we're together. Oh my God, he just texted me, right? So don't use affirmations as, I mean, I know that they're called robotic affirmations, but don't be a robot while you're doing them. We want to make it as easy and natural for ourselves as possible. So we want to tell ourselves things that would be easy to say if it happened, that we don't have to exert any energy and force. Because when you're going through some shit in your mind and you're constantly thinking about them, the last thing you want to do is create another sentence that doesn't feel natural to you. Do you know what I mean? So specifically for this situation, what is the most important is using that as an alarm clock and finding affirmations that aren't necessarily what you think to be powerful, but are affirmations that you can just easily say. Because it's not the affirmation, it's your consistency saying that affirmation. And it's actually going to be more powerful if it's something that you would have just said anyways. So there's that. So every time you get those thoughts, do that. The next thing that I want you to do, and this is especially important if you are feeling down in the dumps about this, which is totally understandable, I want you to follow your happiness. So what does this mean? I feel like distracting yourself gets a bad rep. but I don't see why, because it's going to distract you from your shitty feelings. Please tell me how that is like bad. Because when I had anxiety in 2016, 2017, and it felt almost like debilitating, the only thing that helped me was accepting it and then watching TV shows. Literally, I got distracted, I got happy from entertainment, and that repetition of doing what makes me happy eventually naturally got me out of that anxious state. The thing that feels the easiest for you to do in each moment is going to get you there. It's going to get you out of that hurt, pained, lower vibrational feeling. So not only are you distracted, but time passes by even faster. So your manifestations are working in the background while you're not actively manifesting. You are also not thinking against your manifestation anymore, because you are totally engulfed in whatever it is that you're doing. And it doesn't have to be a TV or TikTok or whatever. It could be like, I'm getting inspired action right now, I want to cook. Like, for example, even yesterday I was in a bad mood, and I was literally just I was meant to film yesterday. I was just on TikTok all day, and I got so like, I was so happy. And then I just got inspired action to cook. And by the time I finished cooking, my partner came home, and like, cooking is something that boosts my mood. And I was distracted. I was doing something with my hands, and that made me forget what I was in the bad mood about. Does that make sense? And then he came home. I was on TikTok again. We went for a ride. Like, it was just so fun. And then I'm able to go 10 times harder today. I'm filming a bunch of videos, right? So it distracts you, makes you forget about your 3D circumstances. It makes time go faster, and it helps you forget or ease the thoughts of this person. So I did this back in, I want to say like early 2022, where I had obsessive thoughts about someone, and it literally felt like the thoughts were thinking me. It literally felt like thought transmission. It was so bizarre. And like, what I did was what I just told you, and I started feeling that energy come back. Like, my manifestations were coming ahead into my life. I actually talk about this in a video, like, where it was still really fresh, so I'll put in the card up above. But it was really funny because it started happening in my life, and then I realized, like, oh shit, I actually don't want this. Abort! And that's the thing, like, when you abort, like, the manifestation is still playing out. Just like when you have a negative thought and then you stop, and there's that little moment in time where your thoughts are still trying to catch up to the 3Ds. So it's still all playing out, and you're like, no, like, I'm thinking positively now. That's where a lot of people give up, because they don't see instant results. In the same way, when your manifestations are coming into your life and you don't want them anymore, you're like, holy shit, actually, I realize I don't want this in my life. Abort. It will still have that little like transition period where it dissolves for like maybe, like, for me, it was maybe like 2 weeks. Yeah, and then it just completely went away. My thoughts and the actual manifestation coming into my life. You know what I mean? So that's that. I trust that this video gave you the guidance that you needed. I intend for it to have given you the best value of your entire life. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like, because I know you loved it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.